Hi everyone, my name is Simon Mishevich from Optimised Accountants, and in this video we're going to be talking about the ONS house price, which was for February 2024, which is always a time lag because it's always 2 months out of date. But here's what they said in their April report. Average UK house prices decreased 0.2%, provisional estimate, in the 12 months of February 2024 to 281,000. This is up from a decrease of 1.3% in the 12 months to January 2024, which was an estimated figure. So what's interesting about that is that house prices are going down, but not by the velocity that people in the media have been stating, and certainly not anywhere near the 35% house price drop that people talk about. So here's the graph from the Office of National Statistics, and it shows an interesting graph actually, that the amount of the blue line is the rent and the UK house price index is what's going up. So you can see there the percentage increase is now going back up. So it's now, rather than minus 0.2, 0.3% down, it's actually just below the 0% compared to the last year. So it's really looking at this house price index and where we were 12 months ago. So we're actually going back the other way. But what's really interesting, especially for buy-to-let investors, is that rental prices are still going up. So it's still a good investment. This is the house price index report from the Nationwide and Halifax. And to compare it again against for the Office of National Statistics, they've been saying it's 281,000, whereby Halifax has said in their data set is actually 291,699, which isn't a decrease at all. They're saying it's an annual increase of 1.7%. Equally, the Nationwide are not saying there's a decrease in their data set, which says 260,420, which means it's an increase of 1.2%, which is again much better off. Now, if you are looking at this graph and thinking what it is, anything that's shaded in blue, you can see that the house prices have gone down. It can be less than 2%, but nowhere in the UK are house prices going down by 2%. In actual fact, what we're looking at is maybe 1% in Scotland down, maybe in the West Midlands, you've also got some decreasing values. But overall, we can see that it's a warmer climate as we go into the summer, which means that house prices are steadily improving over time. A few months ago, I had a graph showing pretty much a lot of areas in blue, but that's not the case. In London, however, there is an exception where house prices are looking like it's decreasing, but that's not surprising given the value of houses down there. Mortgage arrears. Now, mortgage arrears are going up. So this is slight signs of could house prices go down further? And the answer is yes. And the reason for that is mortgage, house price. So all these three graphs are showing house mortgage arrears for homeowners as well as buy-to-let investors. The mortgage arrears are going up, which is a sign that people cannot afford their mortgages given the high interest rates, which at some point, if this gets out of control, will they have to sell? Most likely. Some other key factors to think about here is inflation. So inflation is at 3.8% according to the Office of National Statistics. And 3.8% is still higher than the 2% target that they set. So really that puts pressure on interest rates. Interest rates being at 5.25% as it's been for some time now. But could interest rates go up? I'm not sure. But unless inflation gets closer to this 2%, then the Bank of England are certainly not going to decrease interest rates anytime soon. Unemployment, now here's an interesting number. So unemployment in December was 3.8%, 3.9% in January 2024, and then 4.2% in February 2024, which is an increase by 0.3%, which is actually quite high given where we are. Could unemployment be higher? Yes, it could. If it starts getting towards this 5%, 5.5%, then I think we should also begin to see signs of house prices falling, especially when interest rates are so high, cost of living is so high, and unemployment becoming a factor. Then people will have to sell up their homes in order to downsize or even go into rented accommodation. So are we out of stormy waters? Not in my opinion. I think we have got a big sign to come in terms of house prices, whether they fall even further, depending on other measures that we've talked about. But tell me your views in the comments box below. I'll be really interested to see what you think as well.